Monday night. That's 3 and 3. Most shots in the A-League. He has almost 5 shots per game on average. A lot of them so far this season have been blocked. Give him space though, and he will make you pay for it. Bit of an edge to the words from Tale in the pre-match interview on Fox Sports about half an hour ago. A lot along the lines of desire and intent from his side. That is what he's calling for, something that the Mariners have done so well this season. As evidence for the Mariners by the fact that they run out games so well. Just 2 goals conceded in the second half this campaign. So we're about set on a Sunday afternoon in Wollongong for the Knicks and Mariners. And it's pretty obvious which way Wellington are planning to send this kickoff, I dare say. Away we go. The sunny skies, sunny times at the moment for the Mariners. Wellington looking to click into gear. Finally put together a 90 minutes they're proud of and get a result that they're proud of as well. Adam Peacock alongside Robbie Slater for this one. And oddly enough, Robbie, it's a bit like the meeting 2 weeks ago when we came in with the Mariners flying and Wellington with a preferred option in a lot of people's eyes.
Yeah, well, Wellington were a side that impressed last season. And don't forget, they lost their 4 opening games, so they've got too many good players for this kind of run to continue.
It's Clayton Lewis, who's expected to play as one of those 2 attacking midfielders for Wellington, freeing up McGarry down the left. Comes back out to Laws and going to bring in Mark Bosnich pitch side because conditions are important and really not sure what this wind is doing and who it's favouring. Bosnich, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Adam. Good afternoon, Robbie, and good afternoon to all our viewers. Smashing day here south of Sydney here at Wollongong. Now, if you're watching from right to left, that's the southern end of the ground is on the right end of the ground. And if we just have a look at our picture just above one of those buildings, the white building there, you'll see, there it is there. Now, the wind is coming from the south, quite stiff at about 32 kilometres an hour. But as we've seen down on pitch side, because of the stadiums and so forth, we're not quite sure whether or not down at pitch side is actually not as strong as it is in that area there. So that will remain to be seen. But like I said, stiff breeze, wonderful conditions, 23 degrees Celsius, humidity is absolutely fine. And we're looking forward to a wonderful afternoon of football.
Well, that's one of the better, if not the best, conditions report I've heard so far this season.
Why, thank you, Adam.
Here's McGarry down the left. Looking to Alex Rufer. Tim Payne's off and running down the right, but Clisby is there to cushion the header away. Right, Denton. McGarry starts his run down the left immediately, and that's the way Rufer goes. One-on-one with Negro. McGarry cutting in with the right shot and right foot shot and gets it away for a corner.
Yeah, he had to cut in on his right foot because Piscopo had made a diagonal run into the space behind the fullback, so it closed that door for him. You can see here stands up his defender. There goes Piscopo into that space, so he really forced to come in, but it's positive and it's a big deflection and Wellington get the first corner. And with this wind, set pieces will be crucial. And we've seen set pieces all over the A-League this season. There's been lots of goals from set pieces.
Yeah, Wellington copped 2 in their first match down here against Sydney FC. Corner doesn't beat Michael Yanotta. All the way back to McGarry, and the Mariners pushing up. DeVere finds Payne, who has to come back out. Right, Denton. Rufer, Scopo. Lewis can get it in with this left foot of his. He's got time for a touch. Perhaps he didn't have it. Anyway, it's a corner.
Now, get another corner, but he didn't really need a touch there. Once he took a touch, it gave this man the chance to come back and intervene, and need to get better delivery from his second attempt.
We'll go the outswinger for the set piece. A lot of air underneath it. It's met by Payne. Flicked away by Mariner. Back out to Lewis. Comes in again. This is a better looking ball, but Birighitti comes out and claims confidently. It's a little shove from behind, which sent him outside his area, and he wins a free kick.
Well, second phase of that corner was a good ball in from Lewis, and Birighitti commanding in his penalty area. Looking to release early, and to knew exactly what he was doing.
Booming header from Alex Rufer. Unfortunately, it ends up on his bench. De Silva switches onto Negro, but they have to join all the passes together with Birighitti, who is the one to launch it out right. It's a beautiful delivery out to Negro, whose touch wasn't quite there, and there's Stensness to clean up any danger. Not for the first time we'll see that this afternoon.
Sliding across Stensness is really well played as Negro. That was a difficult one to control.
Tim Payne, cardinal sin. Laces undone early in the game. De Silva can break here for the Mariners. Simon v. De Vere, two veterans head-to-head. Two old bulls, and in the end, Payne comes back to help out. And it's no foul on Simon, it's handball.
Wow. Well, I thought it was clearly a foul on Matt Simon. Not a vicious foul, but I thought he could have got the decision there.
Okay, so it might be that kind of afternoon in the eyes of Daniel Elder, as long as he's consistent, but problems might arise if a softer one than that gets given in about 5 minutes' time. Confusing everyone out there. Anyway, here's Laws. Playing out through McGarry again. Piscopo dropping deep.
Yeah, and those two players, Lewis on the right-hand side, he started. Piscopo on the left-hand side. Should go through easily for the keeper.
And it looks to be ball on that last line alone. Sorry, Robbie. And Davila is always coming back to...
Yeah, but the importance of those two number 10s is they tuck in from the sideline, and it opens up the channels for the fullbacks. Very important for Wellington this afternoon, McGarry and Tim Payne. Of course, Davila and Ball, you think Davila, he's going to drop and try and find space in between the lines. But the Mariners have been very good at stopping that, but he gets in there this time.
There is Davila bringing in Piscopo. Little step over, neat move, gliding by. And yet another corner for the Wellington Phoenix.
Oh, great situation. They don't make the most of it. Brilliant piece of skill. Great action from Piscopo. Davila gets in between the lines. Feeds it out, little step over, and he goes around a defender, and then Tonjik slides across and blocks the avenue. And this is a great action. There he goes. He goes around Negro.
Davila will take the corner, so they're mixing it up the next from set pieces. And Matt Simon's there to get it away. Kind of. It's going to come back straight away. Davila's on side. And that's a better looking ball. It's just straining for it with that right boot, but dangerous moment.
Doesn't beat his defender, just whips it around, and as you say, stretching for that. Maybe the head might have been a better option for him.
Willie Davila had the fan club there at Kogarah on Monday night. They're not here today, unfortunately, but we'll get the crew of Mexicans back together again, hopefully, for more games in the A-League. Looks low to go back, and Tonic is harassed somewhat by ball, but good enough to play around that. No much time on the ball so far, the Mariners, in this one. Inotta. Marcos Arena, who's the closest to Matt Simon up front, with Inotta and De Silva in behind. Stensness, heavy touch, runs it back. De Silva getting on the other side of Rydenton, and he's free to run forward. Brings in Simon. De Silva again. Inotta, little bounce pass, another one back to Inotta. I'm not sure he was expecting that one. Stensness. Clisby, he's got Lewis for company. Stensness, not a bad ball. De Silva sends one out near the corner of Romance. With those three couples enjoying Valentine's Day like no other at the football. Ooh, Arena thought he hit that in a really dangerous position. Compare it to the Simon one of moments ago, Robin. There's very little in it now. De Silva's got a nick on it, but it did come off a Wellington player, Tim Payne's boot. No one's seen it, though.
Well, the Mariners bench certainly did.
Not sure we'll show a replay, but anyway. De Vere out to Laws. Young Sydney side are part of this next outfit after 6 years with Fortuna Dusseldorf. Zanuck back to Kai Rolls, and Laws and Rolls know each other. Two left-sided stoppers for either side this afternoon. They played at an under-17 World Cup in the same side that beat Argentina 2-1 in a group game. One of the better results from an Australian youth team of the last decade, and hopefully there's more to come, Robbie.
Well, that's what we're seeing in young players, as we said, and we keep saying it, getting their chance in a lot of games for a lot of different clubs.
Lovely touch to bring it down from Piscopo, and he carts it over to the left to bring in McGarry again, who let it run. Piscopo again, he started the game brightly, as bright as his boots. Zanuck's in the right spot. Inotta, and that's a foul on Arena. Down to Mark Bosnich. Bozzy, your thoughts on the opening 12 minutes?
Yeah, I think it's been a cracking game thus far. Wellington started the better of the two sides, but Central Coast playing some wonderful football as well when they've happened to get possession. I'm really impressed the way that they've got confidence in good players. And regardless if something goes amiss or right, hang on.
De Vere was in the right spot. Sorry, Boz, go on.
That's okay. They continue to, and this shows the confidence of good. They continue to play the ball to those particular players. Wellington obviously targeting Matt Simon in a fair way. I mean by that, and making sure that they're aggressive towards him as they realise he's the heartbeat of the side. And Central Coast Mariners having a few problems when Robbie picked out very, very astutely that when De Vere drops in, it's like 3 number 10s, just trying to work out who's going to pick who up there, because they like to keep 2 against 1 at the back, so they like the midfielders to come back, but then they're outnumbered, so just watch for that.
Zanuck, the one to usually drop back and will start play for the Mariners with Rolls and Tonic pushing, allowing these two fullbacks for Central Coast to push right up. Basically these wingers, Clisby and Negro, and they're playing out. There's Bazanek. And Arena's just dropped into a lovely acre of space, not even a pocket. Here's De Silva. Negro Notta. Looking for the run of Clisby, who rises with the header. Too high.
Good football. Started down the left-hand side, switched it to the right through De Silva. Notta sees Clisby, and Clisby does well. He gets in front of his defender, Payne, but can't head that downwards. It's the first half chance to the Mariners.
What about the space Arenya got into just there? He didn't have anyone in a yellow shirt within 5-6 metres of him, so encouraging there for the Mariners, perhaps a little worrisome for the Knicks.
And that was my point exactly. Wonderful bit of play, passage of play from Central Coast Mariners, and really, really good to see how they're playing in their football is actually trying to create time and space for their best players, like your De Silvas, like your Nottas. That was a really, really well-constructed piece of play.
Payne can go, but the ball won't stay in for him from Rydenton. Clisby can find Notta, and there's space down here for the right for the Mariners to go. Negro. De Silva's looped around. A lot asked of him to bring it back. He does. Matt Simon's waiting in the middle. Marinovic sprawling at the ball and did really well to get a palm on it. Back it comes. Here's Matt Simon again. Straight at Marinovic this time. Piscopo can carry it away at a rate of knots. Game livening up. Wynn Stadium.
Well, it was great action from the Mariners down that right-hand side, and I thought the ball to De Silva was overhit, which it was. He's done very well to hang it up to the back post. The second phase of that attack, Simon with a vicious strike.
Marinovic had to be on his game there because right at the last moment it swerved that ball. We'll cop a replay shortly and maybe get Bozza to run us through it, but that's a beautiful ball out of defence from Negro to Bozanic. Zipped across the turf and sets the Mariners on their way forward again. Unfortunately, the Notta's pass to Simon is off cue.
No, but he's attempted it in the same vein, and that's what you're seeing around the A-League at the moment. One thing I've noticed as we see this, actually, that ball's too far, but he does so well. Hangs it up. Marinovic, very good decision to come for that and take it away, but then they don't clear it properly and it falls to Simon. He makes it half a yard, and this one's hit with some venom, and he does. He swerves back the other way, so it's a really good save.
Not easy to contend with, Bozza.
No, it's not. We spoke about at the start of the show about the swirling nature of this wind. There's no doubt about that. And we've also seen, specifically here as well, if you remember the opening game Wellington played here against Sydney FC when Nieuwenhof and Bratton hit those two bombs from distance. This ball that they use this season absolutely flies. And I don't know if it flies even more because we're so close to the ocean, but you saw it move all over the place, and that was exceptional goalkeeping. And Robbie's point as well was exactly spot on. That punch was vital.
Redner trying to drop back in again. This time he coughs it up and Wellington can go forward. Piscopo thinking about it. Ooh, tried to slide in ball, but it didn't work. Just some good last-ditch defending from the Mariners. Back we go the other way. Simon over the top to Arenya, too much on it.
Good space for Piscopo there. Both Davida and Piscopo posing a problem when they drop in between those lines, and he didn't make that one count, but they were 3-on-3. But one thing I was about to say around the A-League, and one thing I've observed in this opening of the season is the ball speed. The way players are passing the ball, they're not just, they're not underweighted, they're punching the ball, zipping the ball into players, and it's been really good, and it's added to the entertainment in all the games.
Stensness and Davila, and the big man wins. Here's this shot again from Simon, and when you hit it right, this ball, Bozza's dead right. Got one at home. It flies through the air in every direction.
No, what, can you hit it at the same pace?
No, I just watched my son do it. I can't hit it. I'll just observe. Yeah, it's really light, and it's, put it this way, it's better than that one that they had at the World Cup in 2010 to kick. vicious from Jack Clisby. Denton winning the header, but it's down to De Silva.
Mariners certainly enjoying the last 7 or 8 minutes in a really good period.
The beauty of Wynn Stadium as well. The sideline, you're no more than 2 paces from being on the pitch, and you can pick up this communication, especially from players like Ollie Bozanic. It's simple communication to move the ball. Ball do all the work, and they're doing it quite well here, the Mariners. Clisby, one-on-one with Payne. He contends with his opposite number well enough, but gives away a corner.
An obvious target. Matt Simon always a handful on set pieces. Urenia, certainly someone who can sniff a chance.
Short corner in from De Silva, and falling over Matt Simon with Josh Laws.
Well, Simon looked to be goal side, and his Laws just fall on top of him. It's a clever ball in there. He tries to get across him. You see it better from this angle. They're both all over each other.
Well, it is Valentine's Day. It was like Simon, I don't know if he realised that it was going to be a stretch to get there, and the last-ditch push through Laws brought everyone down.
Well, I tell you, it's dangerous, that kind of contact from a defender in the box. When I look at that again, I don't think, if the referee had given that, I don't think anyone was turning it around.
In front, Matty. Got to get across front. Matty's in front. Matty's in front.
Silva, quick feet to get out of that, and look at that. One quick pass, one quick thought, the pitch has opened up. Here's Stefan Negro, a little chip, leading the head of De Veer.
Well, De Silva looks in superb touch. And how they got out of that tight space, Ufuk Talay was disgusted, turned around to his bench. They got out of this tight space over here and opened it up to the right. And the end of that move didn't really do it justice, the beginning of it.
Clisby touch forward straight away. Simon there supporting, so it's just Urenia in the middle. Not as forward is off, and he gives away the foul. Again.
Close, I'm telling you. He had given that, the VAR wouldn't have changed it.
Put that in the rather large book titled "Seen Him Given." Willie De Villa, 2 for company. Stensness and Negro, and no foul. Daniel Elder's okay with that. Problem for Kurt Ams, the 4th official this afternoon, is that it's very close quarters, the 2 benches down there, so more advice forthcoming. The sideline officials, Laws just barrels into the back of Urenia and comes off second best. There's a need to be physical sometimes, but did that overstep the mark somewhat, Robbie?
Well, it's certainly a strong challenge. I think Urenia, he's all eyes on the ball, and it's clearly a foul. Straight into the back.
He's done his ankle. Left ankle for Josh Laws. Mariners will feel that that's the karma bus driving through a puddle and splashing him. So Clisby and De Silva over this free kick. Tonyik's gone up with Matt Simon. Clisby's ball, a lot of air, too much. Chichu had a second grab at it, out to Payne. Clayton Lewis is trying to link up down this right-hand side. He hasn't got a lot of company here, Lewis. Oh, he does really well to get the other side of 2 Mariners defenders and then win the free kick. That's quality play from the Kiwi.
Superb play from Lewis because, I mean, he made a superb run to get into that ball, give them an option.
And they played it quickly, and they nearly got caught out there, the Mariners.
Yeah, Ball looks around in frustration, says, get more bodies in there. But how he got out of this was fantastic skill from Lewis. And then he does well, he gets his body in between the ball and the defender and attracts the foul. But then, you know, they just didn't get enough bodies into the box.
Piscopo to take the corner. Really good one. Birighitti can only fumble it down. It's there. De Vere, he thought about a trick, rolled it back. They go out wide again. Piscopo. Ball over yet again. De Vere rises. And his header skids away to safety.
Yeah, it's a difficult one because Piscopo's cross has got no pace on it. So from a standing start with the ball slightly behind him, he has to not only head it down, but generate power. So there's no power on that cross, and it's almost impossible to guide that towards goal. They've asked a few questions going the other way after Mariners had a good 10 minutes. I think if Vitale probably pressing on his players, the need. Wollongong is their home. It's difficult for them. They're away from a lot of their family. But this place has got to be a place where it's extremely difficult to get points. Their only win came at Central Coast.
Simon there harassing Tim Payne twice. And Rolls has kicked it straight into Davila, so it goes back the other way for the Knicks. Ball. Piscopo. There's another one of those step overs. He falls over.
He's asking the question. Did he get any ball?
Daniel Elder could not be less interested. It's Clayton Lewis. 2 with ball. Too cute there. Lovely touch from De Silva to get out of trouble. Flick it on. Oh, that's a ball for one. That is a horrible run, and he's straight off. David Ball. Daniel Elder had that out after 2 steps. Even before David Ball could get up and look around. Matt Simon has not moved, and David Ball is off for an early shower.
Like you said, he's made up his mind straight away. David Ball saying he's going for the ball, and I think he is, but the problem is, it's a lunge. This is the one. Yeah, that's nasty.
Bozza, you were down there. You saw it. What do you think?
Immediate reaction was red. I saw the referee, Daniel Elder, having no other option. And I said that at the start of the game when he came down to me, that they were targeting Matty Simon. I think that maybe some of those words have maybe had a different effect on certain players. But my first reaction down here, I'm watching the replay now. Yeah, I don't think he's got no choice but to go for a red there, because they can really be a serious result and serious injury to the opposition player. Yeah, and I remember the first ball that came over here, seeing the determination on Luke De Vere's face, because they obviously don't want to be intimidated by Matty Simon. They realise how important he is to him, but I think it's just gone a little bit too far there, and I don't think the referee had any other option but to go red.
What doesn't help David Ball's situation, who, if you're watching the first Wellington game you have with David Ball in it, he's not known as a guy who with thuggery or as a reputation, if you know what I mean. He's a touch player. He likes to score goals and create goals, but I think, Robbie, the moment he was in trouble was actually the skip in. A little skip just before contact. Matt Simon gets up. He's okay. The VAR has checked it. They're okay with the decision. Yeah, look, you look at it, and I feel sorry for David Ball. And on the same note, I'm glad that Matt Simon's okay, because it's, you know,
puts simplistically, it's a striker's challenge. You know, strikers aren't the greatest tacklers in the world, and he's completely got that wrong. You know, I do believe he was going for the ball, but he just got the technique of tackling terribly wrong.
Tiarafai Hudson-Wahongi has come on for Wellington Phoenix. Now, I don't think this is a tactical switch. I think it's just Josh Laws and his ankle where he got physical on Urenia before. So, Ufitale wanted a bit more intent, a bit more intensity from his side. Unfortunately, it's come off that it's displayed itself in that particular way. Still talking to Kurt Ams, the fourth official. I do know that Ufitale this season has been a bit annoyed at the inconsistencies within games and from game to game, the decision-making processes. So I'm not sure he's actually having a go at the officials for that actual red for David Paul, who, by the way, was sticking around in the tunnel, we're told, to make sure that Matt Simon was okay and got up. So,
well, that shows you the character.
Yeah.
And I stick to what I said. It's just a tackle from a striker that's gone horribly wrong. But what it does give is gives the league leaders a massive edge in this game. A long way to go. 11 against 10.
And Clisby's gone down, running to Payne. Not sure if the contact was inadvertent or not. Play goes on. Clisby's still on the ground holding his face. As Stensness, Piscopo go at it on that far side. Will the Mariners kick it out? Clisby's up on his feet. So play continues. Stensness. Not a lot of love here at the moment at Wynn Stadium. Negro. Corner to no one, really. Payne can actually take a touch and carry it out. So it's Uli Davila up front by himself, and then two narrow banks of four for Wellington. That's how they're defending it at the moment before Ufitale can maybe make some tweaks at half-time. Bozanic, Yanota. And Clisby seems to be okay from before. He elects to run a bit further away from Payne that time. Bozanic well. And let Piscopo go through. Davila and also Stensness have bumped into each other downfield. It's all happening. So much going off the ball as much as on it at the moment here at Wynn Stadium. Everyone's a bit edgy, Robbie.
Come on.
Well, that'll continue. Obviously, Wellington are going to feel an injustice. It's just the nature of football.
Gary does really well to get the ball before it goes over the byline. Clisby sweeps it away. Payne and De Silva. De Silva keeps his feet. Center of gravity. Unfortunately, he lost the ball in the end. Lewis can have a go and curls it straight into Birigitti's path.
No, but why not with this wind? And he just didn't get a hold of it, Lewis, but a lot of edginess in those tackles.
Lewis out to McGarry. You would have seen it, Robbie, in your career, especially in English football, that the need to win battles and one-on-one duels and at the urgings of the manager. Sometimes, though, it can go a little overboard quickly. And we'll go back to that point because Piscopo has got to the byline again. He's taken it a long way. In fact, he flicks it back, and Stents was there at the top of the box.
Yeah, and I think it's Rufer. He's caught ball watching there because Stensness was able to just control that ball and turn and play out. Now, I know they're 10 men, but when they're on an attack like that, they've still got to be compact, and that was a good situation. You needed a midfielder on the edge of the box there for Wellington. And he just got caught ball watching. And the key for the Mariners is to stretch the 10 men. Use the width.
Bozanic looks up, has a shot, and again it's swirling all over the place. Marinovic has punched it higher than the grandstand. That's a big pair of mitts Marinovic has gotten Thank goodness for the Wellington Phoenix point of view, they are.
It was closed down a little bit late, and Marinovic decides to hit that, and you see how it's swerving and punches it straight back up in the air and gave himself a problem because Simon was coming down after it as well, and Payne was there to sweep up.
Mike Tyson would punch it that high, maybe. That's about it. It's good contact. He's going to be busy, you would imagine, for the next hour or so. A man who holds a pilot's license. Falls to Rod Denton, straight over the top to Piscopo, who's in here. It's the other side of Clisby, but Toniuk recovers so well.
Physical presence and pace. Toniuk just looked for a moment that Piscopo might have been away, and I think the bounce didn't do him any favours. When you come down quick enough, there is to slightly hesitate. Toniuk eliminates the danger. But this is crucial for Wellington, and your 10 men, you get set pieces, can be the way to grab yourself a goal.
Piscopo's going to take the corner.
And that's what you don't need.
No.
Poor corner from Piscopo. He's been the first man. But since the red card, Wellington have done okay.
De Silva back at right back to head that back to Stensness, and Bozanic's got an acre of space. To Yanotta. Clisby with the overlapping run, and the passes are asking a lot of Clisby, and the Polish attacking midfielder. Piscopo, good decision there to open up the pitch. Rufer. It's home away from home for Wellington Phoenix. Wollongong Phoenix down here for the season. Made that decision really, really early. Yet to win a game, 2 losses here at Wynn Stadium so far. They're spread across the southern part of Sydney and down in Wollongong as well, the Knicks, and they've got an opportunity here through Lewis, but Rolls is alert. You can hear the Knicks screaming for handball. And Stefan Negro goes down this right side. De Silva shows too much of it, gets another go. Hudson Mahongi was there. It's over him this time. Payne just going to have to boot it away. Back by Rolls, back by Rod Denton. Here's Stensness. Ball movement required to break down.
Yeah, but that's playing into Wellington's hands, going through the middle. That's where they're compact. They'll allow, the 10 men will allow space out wide because they have to.
McGarry with intent. Piscopo, step overs on the way, 3 of them that time. McGarry back to Rod Denton. Trying to play the cute stuff at the top of the box now. The Knicks. De Vere with a handful of shirt of Matt Simon. Urania now one-on-one with Hudson Mahongi.
Welby, the substitute, does very well there. And the Mariners are allowing the 10 men to play, and they really shouldn't be. They've got the advantage. They need to squeeze the Mariners.
And you can hear Alan Stajic in some words, which we apologise for, encouraging his side.
So you really shouldn't be able to play out from the back like this.
Yeah.
I think Stajic knows that. And this is what we talked about in the pre-game. Sometimes, you know, once you're over the line, the coach, it's out of his hands in some respect. And he wants his team to press, and they're not.
What's a #1 lesson for a team playing against 10 men? The team playing against
the team with the 11 men?
Yeah.
Well, is to be patient and make the the pitch as big as possible. Use the width. You know, make them run.
Bozanic and De Silva. Orenya can find Matt Simon. He does, and that's the opening goal. What a finish from Matt Simon. Off the canvas and onto the score sheet again. Oh, and it's Valentine's Day. Go over them, give them something to remember in that corner. Hope they're Mariners fans.
Well, I don't think they are. I think we're all Wellington fans, are they? Well, Ifitalo will be disappointed with that because that's gone through the middle and that's where they're supposed to be strong. But it's a super finish and a great ball from Orenya. It just opens up here and you see Matt Simon.
Oh, we're going to get the protractor out.
It's very, very close. Going to see it from there. Super pass and a great finish from Matt Simon across the keeper. No chance for Marinovic.
Here we go. We'll be lining it all up.
Well, he's right on the shoulder. There's no doubt about that. So this will be interesting.
He doesn't know it yet that they're checking. Celebration still going and upheld. So they're happy with it. And the Mariners have got the lead. Like Matt Simon does in terms of the greatest goal scorers for the Mariners. He extends his lead there. And the Shuckers are out for his daughter as well. Those fantastic scenes for his 200th game. Now Tonic has caught Davila, and while we're watching that, Bozzy, your thoughts on the goal, how it all came about?
Well, absolutely fantastic ball by Orenya and a wonderful finish from Matt Simon. But I was just going to say, and I know, Robbie was saying, and Alan Stachich down here was asking his team to close down, but I could understand what those players on the pitch were doing because Wellington weren't going anywhere and they just needed to regroup a little bit, which they did. And funny enough, when they won the ball back, then they sort of burst into life. But most definitely, when you're playing against 10 men, spread out. That's 100%. You spread the other team out. The second thing is to recognise which player is going to be left with the ball the most and either put your most creative or player on that position or right next to it so he can get the majority of the ball. They've done that quite well thus far with Bozanic pretty much picking up a lot of the ball. The other thing is when a team goes down to 10 men, which Wellington did, they're going to come back at you. They're going to feel as though that they've been wronged, which in this case I believe that they were not. There's a blatant sending off, but they just need to be patient now. They're in a really good position.
Lewis will take this free kick. He almost got something on it. Davila, one way, the other, back onto his left. Tonic straight into him. Bozanic's down. Tonic's feeling a bit of pain as well. I'm not sure if he blocked that shot, you know where, but yeah. Rufer. Right, Denton gives a sloppy one away, and here's De Silva. Wasn't exactly full-blooded from David with that. It's a very careful challenge to win the ball back. It's Wellington's second red card of the season, the David Ball one. It's no arguments as opposed to the first one to Alex Rufer against MacArthur. A lot of movement here for Wellington. Manufacture something if they're allowed to give Rufer or Rye Denton time to pick a pass to one of those attacking midfielders rotating, Robbie. As,
well, that was a good situation they didn't make the most of. Soterio is going to be sorely missed.
Especially in a game like this, Robbie, where you're down to 10 and you can bring you on with half an hour to go. If you're only 1-0 down, you've got that guy who can just
Well, that's
run
what
for
we
fun.
said in the match that was played between these two a couple of weeks ago. Soterio with the winner.
Cam Devlin hoping to be ready for next weekend's game. We were meant to have one midweek, Wellington Phoenix, but it was against Melbourne Victory in Melbourne, so that one got postponed by a week. hope that Tom Ahmed is back available next week with his hamstring problem, keeping him out of this one, because there'll be no David Ball. A couple of minutes now for the Mariners to maybe double their advantage before half-time. Make life increasingly miserable for Wellington. Stensness. Coughs it up. And Lewis. Side of the boot to Scopo, who, as you can see, doesn't mind being on the ball, Robbie. It's light feet.
Yeah, he's very good. And you want that in the front third.
Denton's giving away again. Renya couldn't get his feet sorted out, though. We'll have 3 extra minutes. Michael Yanotta giving away that free kick right there. Interesting story, Yanotta. He went to Polish. He went to Holland as a young man. 16-year-old signed with Feyenoord. Went over to Go Ahead Eagles, one of the flamboyant named football clubs around the world. He's bounced around in Poland and Saudi Arabia before coming here to sign with the Mariners. Here he is on the ball. Zanuck. Patience here from the Mariners, just wary of perhaps stretching themselves forward and getting beaten on the break on the cusp of half-time. So they build up through width. Back to Stensness. Silva. Zanuck, side-to-side stuff. Thought about going to Clisby instead. To Silva. Renya. To Simon. Build into something here, the Mariners. Can't quite win it back. It falls to Simon again, to Silva. A lot of bodies there at the top of the box. And the Knicks defend it well. Come away through McGarry. Tim Payne. Lewis again. Finds Payne. Can he bring it back? He does not quite keep it in. Or was it offside?
No, I think the ball's run out. Good move from Wellington to be picking up that ball, and they went quick. Trying to catch the Mariners out. The ball just slightly overhit. It was certainly on from Lewis, and he's got too much on it.
And just another quick thing for the Mariners at half-time. When they've got that possession like you saw before, and they've got 4 players against one of the Wellington players, at least one of those players, if not 2, can actually push into midfield, because this is where the threat's going to come from Wellington. It's going to come from midfield. They haven't got players on the park. They're going to run in behind. The threat's going to come into midfield. So they don't need too many spare players at the back.
Running out of time here, the Mariners. They've got about 15 seconds to manufacture something before half-time. Just coming up with myself and Bozza. Yanotta out to Clisby. And that's a half, an eventful one here in Wollongong. And Matt Simon was at the centre of most of the drama. Firstly, he was involved in the challenge, which ended David Ball's afternoon, sent off. And I can see Strebre Delovsky, the referee's boss, going over to Vitale to let him know what's going on with the exact nature of the send-off. And then Matt Simon scored the goal, which has the 2 sides separated at half-time by that 1 goal. It's Wellington Phoenix down to 10 men, 0. Central Coast Mariners 1. And let's get down to Mark Bosnich.
Thank you very much, Adam. Gianni, 1-0 up, down against 10 men. What was the initial reaction from you guys when the player was sent off, in terms of, you know, was it a little bit overexcitement, you think, or you're like, okay, this is how we're going to adjust ourselves?
No, definitely. I don't think we got overexcited. I think we, you know, knocked the ball around. Now, obviously, we got a man extra so we can keep the ball and control the game from here.
And you and Ollie Vizanic doing a fantastic job as usual. It's going to be important, but to make sure that the rest of the team keep concentrated, because even though it was 10 men, you